Hi guys, today I'm ranking the Smurfs movie, so let's get into it. Welcome back to I'm ranking the Smurfs movies. Before I do, don't forget to subscribe and click on Mel's algorithm. So there's five to go through. Um, Now before I start, I'm not talking about the Adventures of the Smurfs from 1965 because that was basically a compilation film. It's black and white, and also I'm not including the holiday movies they did. So I'm not including the Smurfs: A Christmas Carol and the Legend of Smurf Hollow. I haven't seen Avengers Smurfs. Now the Smurfs: A Christmas Carol, I liked it. The Legend of Smurf Hollow was okay. It wasn't a good Christmas Carol. So I'm going to talk about the theatrical movies. So let's start. So number five, I have the Smurfs 2, which second of live action movie. The same director comes out, Roger Gosnell. As well as Neil Patrick Harris, Brendan Gleeson, Jamie Mays, Katy Perry, and Hank Azaria. Which this film made like 200 less than this one. I enjoyed the new Smurfs. They're played by Christina Ricci and JB Smooth as the naughties, which I did like this. This movie's fine. The reason why it's on this list, I just feel like the problem is the story, and I like the score by Heta Pereira, but that's pretty much it. It's kind of the same as the first movie. It's kind of like the same humor, which I like it, but I just feel like I haven't seen this movie since it came out. I watched it online in 2013. I need to rewatch this movie again, but I think it's okay. It's Smurfs 2. And obviously, we were going to get a third live action Smurfs movie, but since these movies didn't do well, they were just like, okay, let's just do Smurfs Lost Village. And I say honestly, they should have just done a third Smurfs movie. I feel like, especially the one going to time travel into the 1800s. I kind of wanted to see that, but yeah, the only good Hank Azaria is probably the great thing that was great passing as Gargamel, and it was kind of just the same. I just don't think the story was that strong. Jonathan Winters is the last time I played him because he died. I think 2013. The movie's dedicated to him, and Anton Yelchin. He died, I think, 3 years later. But this film is okay. Just Smurfs 2. Number four, I have the first Smurfs live action movie. This one I did like. I didn't watch the Smurfs the TV show because I think that was a bit before my time. It was in the 80s. So yeah, this is my first introduction to the Smurfs. I know nothing about the Smurfs, and yeah, this came out. I was so obsessed with it. I even made it out in primary school. I made a book about it, Homemaker and Smurf. I don't have the book anymore, but I was so obsessed with it. I saw trailers sometimes. I finally watched it on TV. I didn't watch it in cinemas, and I liked it. It has Neil Patrick Harris, James Mays, Sophie Vergara, and Hank Azaria. And the voice you have Jonathan Winters, Katy Perry, George Lopez, Anthony Yelchin, Fred Armisen, and Carmen. Katy Perry was in this. They kind of promoted Katy Perry as Smurfette. I don't think she did music song for it. I know they did Ooh La La for Smurfs 2, but that was Britney Spears. But I feel the cast was good. And yeah, as you and Patrick Harris, I think he was doing How I Met Your Mother at the time. This is the first thing I saw him in. Jamie Mays did Glee. Sophie Vergara did Modern Family, and Hank Azaria did Simpsons. And this made over 567 million at the box office. It was the highest grossing Sony Pictures animation film until it was overtaken by Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse in 2023, 2 years ago. I think it was the highest grossing live action animated movie for until it was overtaken by Lilo and Stitch this year. So it held it for 14 years. I know this movie. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. I think Hank Azaria was perfect casting. I think the cast was great. Neil Patrick Harris, James Mays. I think the chemistry was good. I like the score by Ed Pereira, and yeah, it came at a time where like we had two Stuart Little live action movies. We had two Scooby Doo movies, two Garfield movies. We had I think two Smurfs movies at the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Obviously, the success of Alvin Chipmunks. We had this, and then obviously we had Yogi Bear, and then we had Woody Woodpecker. Obviously, we have Peter Rabbit now, but this movie's fine. I get why people don't like it. It's them in New York. We've kind of seen this premise before, but it's fine for what it is. I know people don't like this movie. I liked it. This is my first introduction to Smurfs, and yeah, so Smurfs. Number three, I have the Smurfs movie, the one that just came out this year, and yeah, this one is this one was I remember when they announced them to this movie. This one is animated live action animation. It's mostly animated, but this one's a musical film, and it stars Rihanna, who and has James called Nick Offerman, J.K. Carliak, Daniel Levy, Amy Sedaris, Natasha Lyon, Sandra Oh, Jimmy Kimmel, Octavia Spencer, Nick Kroll, Hannah Waddingham, Alex Winter, Amaya Erskine, Kurt Russell, and John Goodman. You have a stacked cast. I remember when the trailer for this came out. It's not related to the 2021 TV show that's still going on. It's not related to that. I saw the trailer to this, and yeah, it was bad. The first one, but I think the second one's fine. There was influence to Smurf. I think they cut him out of the movie, and yeah, you have Gargamel, he has Brother Rosamel, which I think he was made for this film. I like the score by Henry Jackman. I just did a review on this. I think it's fine. I don't think it should have been live action. I think they should have done animation. They're only in live action for like a couple minutes, and then locations. That's pretty much it. But I think Rihanna did a good job. But yeah, the music friended me, which was great. Friend of mine. I do like this movie. I know people don't like it, but it's fine. I think it's fine for what it is. I don't know if we'll get a sequel. Just have to wait and see. Obviously, the critics weren't gonna like it, but yeah, what are you gonna do? But yeah, that's pretty much it. That kind of is a post-credit scene at the end, but yeah, it's fine. If you kids will like this movie, but that's what I say. Smurfs. Number two, I have the Smurfs and the Magic Flute. Now, this movie, I seen it one time. It is a fine movie. I think this was before the TV show. I think Pio worked on this. Now this is obviously made in Belgium, and yeah, this is I think Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, there was not produced by Hanna-Barbera, but yeah, this one, um, yeah, this is the first actual Smurfs media. The Smurfs don't play a major part until like 35 minutes in the film. The movie's 74 minutes, and I think it's a good movie, but I feel like the premise just isn't good for the Smurfs. They don't come 35 minutes in the movie, and it's not the best Smurfs movie. I feel like the premise just wasn't great. But yeah, it's fine. When I watch again now, I think it's probably better than the other three because I feel like the story is probably a bit better. But I feel like this isn't the story they should have done with the Smurfs, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I haven't seen the 80s show, so this obviously predates the 80s one. And if you want to watch a Smurfs movie, I think kids will love it. I think if you want to get nostalgia of it, that's Smurfs and Magic Flute. Number one, I have Smurfs Lost Village. I think this is hands down the best Smurfs movie. Now this was by Sony. They decided not to do Smurfs 3. They decided to do an animated one. I remember this came out. I didn't watch it. This was actually dedicated to Anton Yelchin and Ian Clufford, the wife of P.O. They both died in 2016. Now Paramount Pictures were actually going to do a Smurfs trilogy. Like I think it was a live action animation. I don't know. And then obviously Sony got it, which they did produce the new one. I don't think the Nickelodeon movie. I think they were. There was actually a SpongeBob show in front of that. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, I like the score by Christopher Nolan, and I think it's an improvement over the live action films. It didn't do as well. It made 197.2 million. And yeah, the new one is not by it's by Paramount. This one's by Sony. The last one by Sony. This was by Kelly Asprey. He did our Spirit Sounds of the Cimarron, Shrek 2, Nome and Juliet, and Ugly Dolls. He sadly passed away in 2020. This one has Demi Lovato, Rainn Wilson, Joe Manganiello, Jack Brea, Danny Pudi, Michelle Rodriguez, Ellie Kemper, Ariel Winter, Jake Johnson, Megan Trainor, Mandy Patinkin, and Julia Roberts. I think this is probably the best Smurfs movie ever gonna get. I feel like this is great. The world is great. Smurfs Village, the animation on the characters are really good, and it was just run on the mill, great Smurfs movie. It wasn't well received, but I think this is probably the best because I feel like it actually is a Smurfs movie, whereas it doesn't involve going in the real world. I think Magic Flute is mine, but I feel like this is probably the best Smurfs. I think honestly, this is probably the best Smurfs movie you're ever gonna get. But yeah, that's me. I think it's good. I think it's underrated. I do like this movie. This introduced female Smurfs. I think this is part of it. There is a TV show which I think continues from this, but I think this is probably the best. The voices are great, the story's great. I think this is probably, and like I said, this is probably the best Smurfs movie you're ever gonna get. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you for watching our video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.